Well, folks, welcome back to the 24-hour challenge on Compton Farm. You'll see we're being busy on what is the year anniversary. We've got the hired worker going spreading fertilizer. We're going to come back and see them very soon. But before we do that, we're off to go and sell a little bit of our greenhouse produce just to get it off the trailer, to be brutally honest with you, because we need this back. So we're going to pop over to the store where we can sell this. Then we're going to head back on over to our field where we're spreading fertilizer to fill up the spreader, because that's likely going to empty out very soon. We're doing some contract work now with fertilizer spread and weeding, that kind of stuff, because tomorrow we are going to push on with some grass work, and we've taken on board a contract which is going to help speed things up quite significantly with a new mower there, some big equipment and everything else. So what we want to do is get all of this done first, all of the other work which will bring in a bit more revenue, which will allow us to really kick on. So that is the plan. Hopefully that'll work in our favor quite nicely, and then we can really see what this looks like. So that's what we're going to look into do today. We'll probably end up doing a bit of overnight mowing or something just to really speed things along. But yeah, lots to run out there for sure anyway. And then once that's all done and dusted, we can really start to reap the rewards, all being well. Now I need to remember exactly where we go with this. I think, is it this one? Let's find out. It is this one. Fantastic. So we're selling off a little bit of lettuce. Money is money at the end of the day. Since we were last here as well, we actually added in the bales that were taken away. I believe the reason the bales have been moved was because we added maize plus onto here, and that just changed the bale types or something. So anyway, we're back. We've got all the bales that we need back, or at least all the bales I could find that we were missing back, which is great. And now we can add that into our system and get ready to go. Cattle are being fed, and so we're looking good. We will be... Change gear, there you go. Could be a busy one, but yeah, excited to see what changes are made there. And really, I think at the end of what there's a first year here for us, we should really see that this is the beginning of us starting to increase our fortunes and get a bit more money coming in through contracts, because we have the ability to take those on. The farm has been built here now. We've got the fields in place. We've got the infrastructure that we need. So now we can really look to expand and to hopefully start to see some financial progression. Any minute now, I'm expecting to see that a warning coming up that the hired worker is empty. He's spreading fertilizer for us over there in this big field. It's a lucrative contract, and it makes sense to do it because it's right next to the farm. So I really didn't see the point in not taking this on. So we will go and get a couple of bags of fertilizer to keep him going, and then we'll be looking good.
Left the big city for the simple country life. Found myself a woman that it took for me to be my wife. I was working on the ground come the sun up to sundown. Hey, I'm trying to make a reputation for a man inside this town. Hard as I try, maybe I just can't. I ain't no up and kind of leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my heart. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. Well, working 3 jobs, living out of a car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me. I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, no George Jones and Gary Sturt, all them young guns, yeah, they've been through.
All right then, just like that, we've got this all loaded up there. We've got a seed as well that we haven't used yet, and we won't be using, but I just want to clear this store off a little bit. Looks like somehow, I just want to check something because it seems like he's still going. No, he has indeed stopped there. Okay, so he's out of fertilizer, it would look like, so we're going to take our trailer over. We can get him filled up and then, yeah, get him going again. As you can see behind us, we've got a lot of shiny new equipment. This has been leased in as part of a contract, so we're going to look to try and get going with the big M soon, to be honest, and really knock some ground down. What I'm thinking we'll do, whilst we're still on these contracts, is actually knock down the contract grass and get that done overnight. And then when we're past midnight there and the season or the days have changed, we'll look to start our own, and then that should be looking pretty good from there. So that is the plan. But lots of mowing to do. We've got to make some hay as well, actually, so a little bit less wrapping to do there. And usually you end up with a couple of bales free of your own, so that's going to be handy because we do need a lot of hay. So all very, very good, very exciting indeed. So it's nice to actually get to use some bigger equipment. We've got this grass field here to do, which is a nice long straight one, so some long draws in that just to get that field done nice and quickly. And then we'll be able to knock that out, yeah, like I say. So what we'll do is take this on up to, there is the Massey. So let's just take this up to the top of the field here by our yard, and then we can get ourselves set up and away. Yeah, covering some good ground there. We'll have a look at the contracts that we've got on the books as well, because they are really some quite big lucrative contracts, so we really want to push ahead with some of these. And I think as well all the animals are looking rather good. I don't need to feed them anymore. They should be fine, and then we'll be able to kick on, as they say, or as I say. We need some fuel though, that's getting a bit low. But yeah, we'll get this all filled up. We'll get that tractor away again. And then we'll have a look to see what else we can do. I'm actually really surprised how far one hopper full of fertilizer has gone in this field. Really rather impressive there. That was a full hopper mine. Still, we're probably halfway, so maybe. Really, really good. We'll get this filled up again. Just going to lean over the hedge really to do it, because it's a small hedge. Should be nice and easy. And then we'll be able to crack back on with this as well. And then, yeah, really not too much of this field left. I would like to, where we can, the fields that we drilled in the last episodes there, in our little block of land, I would like to get those rolled, if we can. Might be running a bit tight for time on that one, but if we can get that rolled as well, then we'll definitely look to do that one. But like I say, first thing first is let's get these contracts all finished up, and then we'll be in a significantly better place. We'll show you in just a second here the full extent of what these contracts look like really, and the reason why they're going to be so lucrative for us. Less than ideal that won't actually reach in, I don't think. So with this being a year into this, I think we're going to continue and keep going. I would love to know if you think there's any ideas that you would have on like challenges we need to implement, or even like what our next steps for growth should be. Welcoming any suggestions into this, because yeah, there's a lot of different options out there. All right, let's fill her up, and we're good. 84% might be enough. I'll have to give it its best hope. And then we will just get into what looks like roughly the middle here. And there you go, we're off again. Perfect. And with that, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. We're 3 hours in. We've made some progress, but let's just see exactly what that progress looks like from a contractual standpoint here. We'll come on into our contracts. So this is we got a few fertilizing gigs on the go, and 1 baling gig, which is number 7, which is that field there. There is another one though that we'll probably look to take. Is that to make hay? Silage bales actually. So interesting. We could look at that one. Field 20. Oh, it's gone. Oh well, so we just got these ones down, I suppose. Anyway, so field 5 is the one we're in. 22,000 pounds there, so we're halfway through it just about, which is fantastic. So that leaves us in a great place. And then field 21 as well, which is somewhere over here, if memory serves. Nope, that big one there. Okay, and then we'll be able to crack on. So lovely stuff. We'll just let that keep running through there. Hopefully we'll see how we get on with that one. I feel like we have to come back and refill it again, which is fine if we do. What I'll probably do, because we've got that to work on with, is actually put the fertilizer onto onto the loader now. And then I think we might go and get a big M and actually make a start with that contract field right behind us there. See what we can do and see how that's going to help us just to get pushing along that bit further. Well, alright then, we've got this first contract field knocked down, and I do believe we're not far away from finishing spreading fertilizer over there if we haven't already finished. Looks like certainly we are parked up, so we'll double check that one. But we're going to park this crone in the yard because we're going to knock down our own grass to take advantage of having it. We'll go and figure out where we are with the fertilizer spreader, because now we're getting into those little corner bits there. It's a little bit trickier, so we might just end up wrapping that bed out ourselves. And then we're looking good. And then if we've got anything left in the hopper, because we just used the last bag as well, if we have anything left in the hopper, we'll put it onto our two small fields, I think. And then really we're flying. We are absolutely flying. This is a little bit of a tight gate for a big M, but we're through. And we'll just sling it into here for now as well. But yeah, so nice and productive there, which is always good to see. And then in the morning there on that contract, we will get the get that hay turned and raked and baled. Nighttime tasks over this evening are going to include us looking into finishing 5. Let's just see if that's not finished already. Field 5 is finished. All right, let's collect on that. 21 grand in the bank there, 22 nearly. Really good to see. Let's pick up the Massey. We'll bring the Ford back in as well. We will need to get a couple of other bags, just so we can finish off where we need to with the. We've got another contract to do really on the 3rd, so we'll get that done tonight. If we've got any fertilizer left over, we'll put it onto our own ground. And then from there on in, like I say, it's all focusing on to bales. And trying to get our grass silage done. We're going to mow it down and put it into swaths with the big M here because it makes absolute perfect sense to do so. And because of it'll be done like that, to speed it up even more, we might look just to release in a combi wrapper of some sort, a combi baler wrapper, just so we can really push through it. And, you know, I think that makes the most sense to us. So we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, ultimately a great start to the day. We've been going for 7.5 hours now. Starting to get a little bit dark there at night, but hey, we can still push through with this. We'll jump into the Massey. Field 21 is probably going to be 1 and a bit loads of fertilizer, I would suggest. I'd say maybe. So we'll have a look and see. Let's see what that looks like as we get over there, but we'll definitely go and fill it up anyway. Some point soon if we can afford to. What we haven't done is actually check to see if there's any good sales that we can take advantage of. So let's and then what we got in there, we've got 46% in there anyway, so that is probably more than enough to do our own little bit of a field anyway. So let's just start by doing that, I would suggest. And then, you know, why not? At least that means that we haven't got it rolled yet, but at least it's got its first bit of fertilizer on there, and it'll really give it that good start. They're not the biggest fields in the world ever, but you know, every little helps really with those. And then yeah, everything else is looking pretty good. Hopefully we'll get a good half a dozen bales or so extra of hay from this contract that we're doing here. Because we're going to get our grassland cut quite early, we'll get a second cut off it as well, which will be hay. And because I think we're going to be doing plenty good enough for silage. We have to look into, when we do have funds to do it, we have to look into options around a diet feeder, because right now we can't mix our silage into anything, which is a little bit unfortunate. Big M looks a little bit out of place in our machinery lineup, but there you go. And yeah, we'll just get these two done nice and quickly as well. And as we can see, yield maps coming up. Oh, look at that straight away changing. That is absolutely awesome. We have automatic rate application on there as well. That's a huge boost. Really good to see that. These were just baled and then plowed straight in, so there's nothing additional on here really, but just to see that change is fantastic. Really do like to see that. Around we go. Inside, we might not get in both of them, but whatever we have, at least we'll get this field done with, and then we are on. So we'll finish this up, we'll go and fill it with fertilizer again, we'll go over to field 5, that will be the start of our evening activities. So before we do that though, let's just check when we get to the end here, check to see if there's anything worth purchasing or anything that would be of benefit to us within the sales. That does change quite frequently. Let's have a quick gander. Definitely not any of the Rotner or the whole overloader there. Masseys are expensive. That John Deere would be delightful, but still no real need for that. I don't even know what my Ford would be worth. 36 grand. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to get rid of it. And the Massey's actually worth even less because that was on a bit of a discount at the time as well. All right, well, anyway, with that, we know we're not going to go and buy anything, so let's just finish this field. And just like that, we appear to be done. The big field here has been completed. So that's both of our fertilizing gigs done now, which is fantastic news. We are going to just take this, close this contract off. When we probably get back to the yard there. Where am I going? The wrong way entirely. Let's just cut across this poor farmer's field. He won't mind, I'm sure. It'll be grand. Anyway, so yeah, that's those 2 gigs done. It's a bit more money back in the bank. We had to spend quite a bit of money, though, to get the fertilizer. That being said, though, we should come out okay. We've also got about, I want to say 3 or 4 bags of fertilizer left that we can use on our own ground, or new contracts as and when they do come in. So that's really pretty good. We are closing in on midnight as well, so we're about 12 hours through this challenge. And then that will allow us to, yeah, crack on with a bit of mowing in the morning there. We're going to get all of the mowing done for our own fields, which really won't take too long. And then we're on with the tedding work as well for all of the contract field there too. So lots to work on with, which should be pretty handy. Ooh, nearly crashed. Don't want to do that. And let's get a few more lights on so we can see. And then we can take ourselves back on over to our yard, park this up, collect that money, and then yeah, onwards with a bit of tedding. We'll probably use the big equipment from the contract itself, and we should be good. So what we might even look to do there, if we can, and if we can make it work, which really makes sense to, is looking at getting this tractor on one of the jobs, maybe tedding, and then we'll get the Fent onto the rake as well, just so we can really fly through it all, because we have to ted it out. It's been conditioned already. We'll have to ted it through there in the dark, which I'm sure will be fine. And then we'll need to also get a road up so the baler can come in straight behind that. So that will be the plan, and we'll see how we get on there. So join us in just a few minutes for the next stage of this as we power on through the evening. First thing we'll do is we stop right here. Is collect on some contracts. Field 22 also needs a bit of work doing to it as well for some more baling. That field is not too big actually. We could maybe smash that one out. We'll see how we get on with these two. That one needs to be weeded at some point, so we could look into that. I think that would be a good option to do. And there'll be a good change of pace. Nothing new coming through there either, so we'll just continue on and see how we get going. I think we'll go in through the top here though. And yeah, back to the yard there. Let's get some, we're in the new day now. So we can actually look at just doing a bit of, we'll start maybe with a bit of mowing as well in the evening here, just to get our ground knocked down. It won't take too long in that big M for sure. It'll be nice to get that one ticked off the list. And just like that, we have got 3 of the fields around the farm knocked down. We've got this tiny little paddock that we're going to go into now. And actually, we'll get into this field and we'll show you the yield maps there. You may have picked up on the time lapse, but the yields are looking pretty impressive for these little fields. So I'm really pleased with that, actually. And we should see a good return on our silage bales. But yeah, if I open that up there, you see we're all in the greens, really, apart from the small one there. So that's fantastic to see. Let's just go a bit of that. Lower that down, and then we are away. So yeah, like I say, this is the one of the smaller little paddocks. We'll get this knocked out. It's 4:25 pretty much. So I would imagine fairly soon we're going to start to see, I've seen a little bit of a sunrise there, which is good. And then really once we have this done, the next few things to do are to focus on, as I wrap into the fence, I get too close. Next things to focus on are going to be tedding hay, raking hay, and then hopefully baling hay as well. So got a busy couple of hours ahead. You'll see that our spring-growth crops are now coming through and looking rather well for themselves, which is great. Gotta watch out for some trees on this side. But yeah, this field won't take us too long to do. We'll just leave the big M in the field here, and then it's so much quicker doing it with this. And you can see everything's raked up. We don't have to come back through again. We're all good to go. We'll get a baler. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do on the baling standpoint. I imagine I'll lease a combi baler wrapper, as mentioned earlier on there, and we'll be able to drive forward. But the sun is really coming up now. By about 5 o'clock, we should have this field close to being finished, if not finished it completely. And then we'll be on in the daylight for the last few hours of the day to get a bit of tedding done as well. So lots to keep going with, as always. Beautiful time of day to be doing it. Great conditions. And yeah, we're really cracking on, making some good progress now.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round around the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Saturday night. I'm gonna quit my job, never wanna have no boss. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round around the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Saturday night. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there.
Well, we are flying now. It's 7:30 in the morning there, so we've got less than 5 hours left to go. We are tedding hay, and we are rowing hay up as well. Really won't take us too long to get through this field. We're making some ginormous swaths as well, so when we do come in with the baler, it'll likely be probably later on this afternoon. Maybe we might get that in, but when we do get in with the baler there, it's going to be nice and easy, that's for sure. Massey's making light work of tedding there, and yeah, we're cruising through here. So we are very much going to get this all finished up. And then, like I say, we're now looking at 4.5 hours left to go until The last day of the year in the 24-hour challenge is over. 1 whole year sitting on this farm, taking it from a barren grass field to what it is now. So we made some huge strides, some great improvements, and let's see what year 2 can bring. So onwards with this field of hay. It's going to be a very lucrative contract once we finish it. So let's see how we get on.
Round around the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, oh. I'm gonna quit my job. Never wanna have no bars. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, oh.
Well, alright then, we're looking at the barrel of 2 hours left to go. We've got a little bit of this hay left to rake up there. We're finished 10 and we desperately need to get back to the yard because, as you can see, we're flashing on our fuel gauge, which is not great. So fortunately, the yard's just around the corner. I'm just going to swing this in because we're going to use this tractor again, I think, on the bale chaser. I think that'll be a good idea to do there, as long as we can get her back. And looks like we'll be good. Stick a bit of diesel in it, leave it there. We'll finish it with the fence. The fence going to go straight into the baler, and then we can really take this home, I would say. 2 hours left to go on this speed there. That is 12 minutes, so we're not going to get it all done here, that is for sure. Delighted though that we can get this back in time. Lovely. Just stick a little bit of diesel into here. This tractor's been an absolute workhorse for us. It really, really has. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Perfect. Alright, quickly we'll jump on back over there and get everything finished up with the rake. Really nice little rake, actually. Not the biggest in the world, but still put some pretty hefty swaths together. It's going to throw out the bales there as well, so that should be just fine. And then, yeah, we will see how that goes. Seemingly a very large amount of grass in here. Anyway, jump on in. Let's get that fired up again. We've probably got just a couple more slots to add here. There is a little bit more down the bottom corner there as well. But again, it's all fine. We will just plow through. And yeah, we'll probably get another 2 or 3 slots out here, but we've made some phenomenal progress today. Even if we don't get this all baled up or baled up at all, we're still going to be in a great position. We'll probably start with about half an hour left to go in game, which leaves us around about 7 or 8 minutes left to go. So we'll get this all finished up, and then we'll come back to summarize what we've been able to do and what we've taken from this last year. So stick with us, and we'll do as much as we can. And just like that, folks, it is 11:30. We've got 30 minutes left before the challenge is over for this 24-hour stretch, which means we'll round out an entire year. When we started 12 months ago, there was nothing here, just this wasteland underneath and nothing. But look at this now. We've got our farm, we've got our productions on our greenhouse there. We've got 2 cattle sheds, both producing a lot of milk and also growing our beef herd. And we also have fields that are actually starting to work for us. So the farm is starting to make its own money, which is fantastic. Does it need to make more money? Absolutely yes. There's always more it can make. But you're staring at a great opportunity here. All of this grass that is yielding very, very well. We will be looking to either put back into the food production for our animals or trying to sell where we can. I'm not the biggest fan of just selling off silage, but sometimes needs must. We'll be looking to try and push this on over the course of the next few days when we get into looking into the contracts that we have as well. We'll see if we can get some more bail-ins contracts up here just to kind of help to continue to drive our revenue forward. We've done, like I say, done a few. Got a few more to go. This will be a worthwhile one at 18 grand, and then there's Field 21 that we might look into as well, but that's going to be silage, so another task on top of the ones that we've already done. So we'll see, man. We will see what that looks like. But yeah, exciting to have these two. I desperately need to get that weeding done soon. That one might just end up being cancelled in all honesty, but we're looking good. I did add in the bales that we were missing as well. You can see pretty much got them all there like for like, so we haven't gone any overboard there or extra. And we're going to have to feed the cattle up very soon because I think they're probably going to be pretty hungry by now. So let's just do that as we round out our day, I would assume. We have our hay bales here that we can use for that as well. Straw, we'll have to get a straw bedder in or something just to stick it in there, but we can figure that out. I really do want to find it and try and get us a mixer wagon or a diet feeder, because I think that's where we're desperately going to be run short. But they'll bail into at least one of these sheds before the 24 hours is up there, and they'll be looking all the bit better for it as well. So with that, thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't yet to do so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I have been Simulation for the Nation. This is episode number 12, I do believe. Good lord, we're flying through it, making some killer progress there. They've got some feed, lovely stuff. And yeah, onwards we go. It's always an interesting challenge. It takes a lot to get one of these days done, but it's always worth it, and I'm looking forward to seeing. One of the bigger challenges that we need to think about soon as well is what we're going to do for our combine. We need to cross that bridge pretty soon, I would imagine. But it's always a job for another day. I'm probably not going to get this in the shed in time, but I think what we will do is run it towards there. Now we'll be good. And there goes our challenge. Until next time, folks, thank you very much for watching. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll catch you in the next one.